What is different? What does it mean? Okay, I can turn off my mic, camera, and filters, I think. So much new to know and new to explore. Hello to all the people joining. Hi. How are you guys? It's been a while. I just wanted to check in, see how you're all been doing. I'm doing pretty well, actually. Just chilling on my sofa, and I was like watching some videos, and I was like, this is so boring. Why am I doing this? What am I doing with my life? And then I was like, oh, maybe I can just check in with you guys. We haven't spoken in a while, so I thought I'd just go live. I was thinking about like doing a tweet and like letting everyone know, but spontaneous lives have kind of become my thing. And also, I didn't want it to be too dark outside when I've been doing this, so it's been so long since you did it live. Yes, it actually has been. It must be like over a month, like 2 months or whatever. So, apologies for being away for so long, I guess you could say. But yeah, I've done a lot of stuff, so just came out of the hospital, very depressed mood. Oh, well, I hope you get better and you have a good recovery from your hospital time. Your accent is so pretty. Thank you very much. I've been doing accent coaching. I don't know who, or dialect coaching more specifically. I don't know who is aware of that, but I'm gonna try to let it influence my voice, but mostly I'm just gonna relax and try to have a good time, answer your questions. It's been about 2 months, I think. Yeah, it must have been. It was a long time. Because I have been like doing so much stuff, and I also moved. For everyone who didn't notice, I don't know how I could have noticed, but I moved. I'm still in Berlin, but I moved into a different apartment. So now I'm in my first real owned apartment. The first one I lived in was like kind of temporary, and this is my new apartment. I say it while showing you white wall, but I don't know how clean up it is, but I can show you. I have this couch. I wanted to have this kind of couch for like forever, and I actually decided to buy it for myself, so I can show you guys if you want to. Are we gonna see you in some new series? Yes. I think Maximilianus. Okay, hello Max. Yes, actually yes. I think the next series that I'm gonna be in that's gonna come out is probably gonna come out beginning next year. Yeah, but I'm finished filming for that. But it was really fun though. Since January, yeah. Show the couch. You want to see the couch? Okay. It's not like super pretty right now, but let me show you. Yes, it's this green couch. The pillow doesn't look that good, but yeah, and it's very soft, and it has like, yeah, I just love it. I think it's really pretty. Where's your doggo? My doggo is with my mom. She lives with my mom, so, but she's doing fine for her age. But she's a little bit gray around the nose. You notice that? Love the beard. Yeah, I'm actually growing it back for a character, so I I didn't really have a choice in it, but it's okay. Thank you. Do you game? What do you mean, do you game? I like your smile. Thank you. I love the green. Yes, because like the rest of my apartment, maybe I could show you like this, like it's like my record player and shit like that. But the rest of my apartment is very the IKEA. We love it. The rest of my apartment is very black and white because I don't know. I don't really like too many colors, but I thought like this red kind of moment, red, oh God, this green kind of moment would look good with it. Why don't you have your septum anymore? Well, it's funny story. I took it out when I was on set because I forgot to take it out um, before going to set. And I took it out and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna put this here and I'm gonna put it back in before I leave. Well, anyway, I forgot it, and I have another one with little balls, like not the one that's like a ring, but it's like little balls, and it fell out, and now I don't have any septums anymore, so I have to get new ones, and I'm a little scared of it growing together again, but I don't think so. But that's the reason why I'm not having my septum in right now. Um, yeah, video games. Oh, I did play some League of Legends back in the day, but I don't do anymore. I was thinking about looking into Wild Rift, but it's supposed to be very simple, and I don't know if that's like the vibe. I don't know. But I've been watching a lot of video games, but I've been doing that for 12 years or something, so let's play culture is kind of my thing. How many piercings do you have? I only have the septum ring, but I don't have it now right now. Are you from Germany? Yes, I'm from Germany. No, you have to get it back again. Well, actually, the set runner said, "Oh no, don't worry, we're gonna send you it." But it's been 2 weeks and I haven't got it back, so I'm pretty sure they forgot. But I just have to like get some new ones. It's hard to do in lockdown, I guess, but I think you can order some. I don't know if you guys have like trustworthy sites where I can order septums that don't have too much of a delivery cost. Maybe you can, send them my way. Did your septum hurt? No, not really. Well, it hurts for like a second and then it's over. RIP. Yes, very much. The Indians fans finding each other. Does anyone go to the convention in October? Are you guys going to the convention in October? If it's gonna happen, we don't know yet. Well, it's planned, but I mean, like, we always don't know what's gonna happen. How's the pandemic in Germany? Do we really want to talk about the pandemic? But um, it's getting worse. We have like not that good of a plan. Our government is not doing a good job with it. Now we can all get vaccinated if we want to, which we couldn't do before. But yeah, we have like a not a hard lockdown, but like a um, curfew and stuff like that, which feels like super weird to say. Like it's not a thing that I connect to the country I live in, but yeah, that's just what we have to do. On another note, can we talk about the freckles on your nose? Can you? Are they apparent? Yeah, when I'm in the sun, I get my freckles. My freckles are gonna come out for the summer. How are you guys been holding up? How are you feeling? Bist du schon geimpft? Unfortunately not. Ich bin noch nicht geimpft. I'm not vaccinated yet, but hopefully soon. I don't have an appointment. I'm not on the priority in Germany, but now that everyone can get vaccinated, I think I'm gonna definitely try to get a get an appointment. I using TikTok. I did, and I don't know. I still have my account. The videos are all up if you want to watch me have like breakdowns at 3 a.m. and cooking food. Because that's what I do. You can definitely check that out. I think it's the same name as my Instagram name, but I'm not using it actively as like a content creator at the moment. I don't know. There was just wait, können in Berlin schon alle geimpft werden? Ja, with AstraZeneca können jetzt alle geimpft werden. Um, because I've just been doing like working a lot actually, not only as like acting but also like writing and like like coming up with new ideas and concepts and shit like that, and also moving. So that was a lot. Are you in a relationship right now? No, I'm not in a relationship right now. How do you feel motivated learning German? Oh, Karl, send some frog hearts in the chat for Karl, please. Um, well, I don't know. I learned it growing up, so I have the easier side of the spectrum, I guess, when you want to learn German. But I guess just, well, what helped me learn English is watching English media, like consuming it. And German media, there's not that much good stuff there, but there's some good stuff. So, for example, Druk or other shows in that kind of fashion, I think. And if you find those and just fangirl about those, then you can kind of like motivate yourself to learn more about the language, I guess. You're cooking in the middle of the night. TikToks are the best thing to exist. Thank you. Well, it's been a trend for me, I guess. But yeah. But at the moment, I don't really do them. I don't know what it is, but okay, little story. I had a phone call with the costume designer from a production I'm gonna do, and she was like, she was really nice. She was like, "Oh, I just want to check in. When are we gonna make our date, whatever?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, let's do tomorrow. Actually, the date is tomorrow." And then she was like, "Okay, so like, did you gain any weight?" And I was like, "No, I don't think so." And then she was like, "And not around the tummy?" And I was like, "No, I don't think so." And I felt like, oh my god, did she like see a picture of me and was like, oh my god, he gained weight? And I was like, oh. And the most stupidest thing about it is, I, after that encounter, I was like, oh my god, I have to like not eat that much, like be sure that I'm actually as skinny as I said I was. And then I started eating way more and actually gained some weight. And I was like, oh my god, this is like backwards psychology. Like my brain being scared of weighing too much actually made me eat more, which is stupid. Like, do you know what that is? Can someone help me? No, but it's not a big of a deal. I don't really mind weighing a little bit more. I don't know. It's not really a thing for me, like to be skinny, I guess. But it was definitely like a weird encounter with myself. Self sabotaging, I guess, but I don't know if it's like sabotaging. I don't know. Like, what does that mean? I keeping in touch with some of the drug people. Yeah, with a lot of them actually. Like Tua, Louisa, or the royal names Amira, Sarah, um, like Stefan, Karl, like a lot of people actually. Just some of us, yeah. I'm in Portuguese class right now, and I speak English in a life. My teacher's gonna love this. Oh my god! Please don't let your class know what I'm doing. Any advice on how to tell your friends that you want to explore your gender identity? Well, if you already like found the peace with that within yourself, then you're definitely on a good way to go. I don't think when you're at the beginning of that journey, even for yourself, bringing in too many friends that you're maybe even scared of their reaction is a good idea because it kind of can block you or set you apart from your path that you can like really explore and really be with yourself because an identity is about you, like not about what anyone else thinks or what anyone else's perception of you is. So bringing in a lot of outside people at the beginning, I think, can be very distracting and very misleading. At least for me, I took like a year for myself to like figure it out, and even then, I was not sure. But like take your time with yourself, and if you feel like you're at a point where other people could help you, or you want to bring more people in to have this kind of safe space and have people that know about your struggle and about your journey, then start slow. Start with one, two people, see how they react, give them time, and then I think at least what I would say from my position now, I don't know if I did that when I was younger, I guess. I'm still 20 years old. But when I was still at the beginning of that journey. But I would say just don't go in with too many expectations, because as someone who is questioning a gender identity or wants to explore it, you're already a lot of steps ahead of the people that maybe never had to struggle with not identifying with the gender that they were assigned with at birth. So it's kind of like you have to give them the time to take those steps and get where you are without pressuring them to meet you right away. And that doesn't mean you have to meet them in the middle. It doesn't mean you have to compromise. It just means you have to give them time and, give them the benefit of the doubt. I think most people don't mean ill. Most people mean well. And that sometimes can sound a little bit apologetic, but I don't know. I think most people don't mean well. Don't mean anything bad. That's what I meant to say. And yeah, just education is so important for people to actually not be intolerant, and that's kind of thing. How did you find out you were a pan? I'm pan too, by the way. um, I don't know. I think I always knew. Well, actually, at the moment, and I don't want to make this like a thing, but I don't know why. But last time I met someone new and we were talking or whatever, I actually introduced myself as bisexual. Not because I don't think I'm pansexual, just because I found that for me, the inherent confusion that people have when I say I'm pansexual, they're like, oh, they don't know what it means, but they know what bisexual means. So I, most of the time now, decide to go in with bisexual and then tell them, um, I am bisexual, but the label is pansexual because it includes non-binary people. I don't know if that makes sense in someone else's book, but for me, it just makes the process of explaining it to someone easier, because when I start with pansexual, they just don't know what's going on. At least the friend groups that I am in, which are not mostly not LGBT. So it's like I just kind of have to ease myself into it. But I don't know how I find out. I think I just knew. I already knew, like when I was in kindergarten or whatever, that I like girls and boys. And then when I discovered that there are people that identify differently on even not even on the gender spectrum, because it's not like a line, it's like a whole cosmos on the gender cosmos. I just thought pan is like a good thing. Isn't pan and bi just the same, but bi is preferring genders and pan doesn't? I'm bi like anyone, but I prefer women. I don't know. I think there's like a whole discussion about what bi and pansexual means. For me, it's just like a mm, it's words, and people understand words differently. So that's kind of why I that's kind of why I use it that way and try to make it more easier. I'm bi too, but technically it's a pan. I'm pan, I guess. Pan is not super well known in Germany, I guess. Yeah, it's definitely not as well known as bisexual. In Spain, we use bi as attraction to our gender and others. Yeah, I think I'm transgender and pansexual or bisexual. I don't know though. Yeah, I think it's like it's still a very thing, because I would never, as a person who identifies as pansexual, I would never. I think identifying with the sexuality is very weird, by the way. Anyways, who thinks they are pansexual or feels as if I am a pansexual? Um, I would never shame someone for saying they're bisexual and then being with a non-binary person and saying, "Oh, but you're pansexual now." Like that doesn't make sense to me, if you understand what I mean. And I understand that the word bisexual came from a very binary binary gender standing point, like women and men, and I like both. But I feel like as our society is progressing and as our awareness of different gender identities is progressing, I think the meaning of words can definitely change, or can definitely be more open to interpretation, at least, or not interpretation, but to the individual that actually identifies with them. Because I feel like there can obviously be bisexual people that say they don't feel attracted to non-binary people, but there also can be bisexual people who say they can be attracted to non-binary people. And I feel like therefore it's just kind of like you as an individual saying how how you actually feel about people. You know, no one can take that away from you just because the word doesn't fit the meaning it had like 20 years ago, I think. So, you know, that's like 9090. I don't know. I found a ladybug today. That's exciting. I came out as non-binary last year. My mom doesn't support me, yet supports my trans brother. All it is a favoritism, and I hate it. I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope that um, maybe there are some educational books or shows, or as representation progresses in the media, she can understand that you are definitely as valid as your brother and deserve the same kind of treatment and support. I hope you're well. How you grow your beard, dude? It works. But it only grows here and here, and then I have like a few spots, and obviously I have to shave those because that doesn't really make sense. But yeah, this is where it grows. My brother is also very jealous of it, so I feel very good about it. Are you interested in politics, and what are your thoughts on the situation of queer people in Germany in big towns as well as small villages? Is there a difference for you? Yeah, definitely. I mean, I grew up outside of a big city in a small town, and or more of a village actually, and how I was treated there on my school and stuff like that was just different than how I am treated here. But unfortunately, I can't really, obviously, cannot understand how it really is to come out as a city person because I never did. And when I moved to the city, in this case Berlin, which is also one of the more liberal cities, if you put them into comparison with other cities in Germany, um, I was already passing, I guess, if you still want to use that term, even though it's like a little bit iffy if we think about it, but still passing enough for the general cisgendered heterosexual audience for them to not notice or have any indication that I am actually a trans man. So it's kind of like I can't really understand how it must feel in the city to be transitioning, but I know how it felt in the village, and it was very weird. It's not an assaulting or like any like mental or physical harm, being like maybe mental a little bit, but not very hard, like aggressively against you. But it's just nobody talks about it. It's like a topic that is not allowed to be talked about because that's makes it a bad thing. Like, you know, at least as long as you don't say anything, it's a good thing. Can you drop your brother's IG again? He raps, right? Yeah, he does. He does. He's been rapping since I was a baby. Like he's 14 years older than me. I have two brothers. One is 14, one is 12 years older than me. And so when I was like, I don't know, like old enough, I guess, to notice the world around me, they were already outside of the house. They already moved out, and they've been doing music forever. Um, I don't want to like, you know, invade their privacy with this community that we have here because it's not like their kind of audience. They do a lot of German rap, which with some like it's very German rap gangster kind of thingy, which is misogynistic at some points and like problematic at other points, and it's just the art form, I would say, and it doesn't represent their beliefs or mine in like a real life scenario, but it's just a genre that they're going with and how they want to express it. So I don't really want to, you know, have anyone go there and try to find political correctness because I think that's very hard to find in German rap culture, which is not a thing that I don't want to be critical about, but just a thing that I want to, you know, state very clearly so no one goes over there and gives them hate. But yeah, I can definitely like put him in my G story or whatever. He dropped a new album this year, and yeah, there are some songs that I really really enjoy, so I would definitely want to share them with you guys. Oh, guys, oh shit, I stopped the chat, so now I have to scroll down. And you do musical. I do musicals. I love musicals. Yeah. I actually got an offer to do a operette. I said it like I'm French. Operette. Which is like an opera, but like a funny one. Um, for the end of this year, I had to decline because it's like it was not a really, it wasn't a part. It was just being a part of the choir, and right. It was just being a part of the choir, and it was 2 months preparation for like um, six actual shows, and I just don't really have the time to block that. But I would just love to be in a musical, like actually like playing a part or something. I would melt away out of happiness. Will you save the life? Yes, unless I say something stupid. Do you have contact with Michelangelo? Not really. I don't know where he's after at the moment, but we've been living very different lives. What series have you been watching? Well, I just started the new season of The Circle, and I just love it. Hi, I just wanted to say that you're a huge inspiration for me, and you gave me the courage to come out as a trans man to my parents and my conservative grandparents. So thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Well, I'm very happy and glad that I could be of some assistance with that, but obviously most of that must have come from you and you being strong and being true to yourself. So congratulations on that. It's very impressive. What does it feel like to join a pride parade? It's my dream to join one someday when the pandemic is gone. Yeah, I remember my first pride. I was 16, I think. And it was just I was blown away. I never seen so many queer people in one place, and I didn't even think that could be possible to exist. So many queer people in one space, and it was just amazing. It was really really amazing, and I remember my mom and her partners. They just kind of like pushed me in and let me go with the parade, and I was like, no, please don't. And then there were some girls, and they just carried me away, and it was crazy. It was really really crazy, but it was also a lot of fun. So, um, I definitely hope you have the same experience or a similar experience that you wish for when the pandemic is over. What project do you want to work on in the future? Well, I think one of the things I want to work on is like a fantasy project. Like I would love that because the fantasy drama was always the one that I was drawn to the most. I always felt like, real life stuff is cool and all, but um why would I read a book about like a real world that I can experience when I go outside? It's way more interesting to read about something that's like a fantasy world that can never exist, but I want it to exist, and to be part of one would be incredible. That would be super cool. I've been like on this kind of Harry Potter trip at the moment, just watching a lot of Harry Potter documentaries, and uh, just to be like a part of the HBO series or whatever they're gonna do. If they're gonna do it, I don't know. That would be a dream come true. What would your dream role be? Is a musical be besides Tanz Vampire? You already know my answer. Besides Tanz Vampire, I don't know. Are there a lot of parts? I I would really like to do the dear Evan Hansen, play Evan Hansen. That would be super cool. I really like the songs. Um, I also would love to be Elder Price in the Book of Mormon, but they're all white, so that kind of doesn't make sense. Alan Burr in Hamilton, that would be so cool. But mm, du kannst echt gut singen, du hättest gut bei uns mit dem Chor singen können, mit Matilda zusammen. You could make a really good vampire, TBH, or like a woodland fae type of character. Woodland fae, can you explain it to me? I don't. Is it like a fairy or something? Because, yes. Yes, I would love to be like a supernatural creature. Ugh, that would be like so cool. Even though like most of it's effects and you don't really play the parts, but I would just love it. I would love every single second of it. You guys are so sweet. You are a unique and valuable person in this world. I love that. You all are unique and valuable people. Valuable humans. I love that. That's very sweet. I really like that. Yes, very. It fits. The limb wrist, yeah, it's an attitude. It's something you have to have, and I just can't help it. I listen and watch your previous lives constantly whenever I feel down. You never fail to brighten up my day when you do my highlights. Oh, oh, that's so great. I love that. Um, this is like a weird Leo thing. Like guys, newsflash. I'm not into astrology, but Leo memes are kind of like my life right now. So that's kind of like where this is coming from. But I'm a person who like watches or like listens to their own voicemails after they send them to hear how I actually sound to other people. So sometimes I do watch old live streams of myself, not to be narcissistical, but for example, the iconic Louise Kahl live stream where "That's bold" came to be our amazing catchphrase of this community. I do watch that sometimes. Or I watch the vlogs on Louise's channel. So I don't know if you all know them. Miele Music Official, the YouTube channel of Louise Chadich, who played Lazara in Druck. She has like 2 vlogs up with me and her, being in Rome and being in Paris, I think. And I just love watching them back when I feel down or when I feel like I miss the times before COVID. And it's just super fun. So if you ever want to watch us be stupid, definitely check those out. um, Favorite Disney movie? I guess a fae are related to fairies, but they're supposed to be their own thing. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I don't want to offend. Favorite Disney movie? I don't know. Um, I love. It's not a favorite Disney movie, but it's a song I'm obsessed with at the moment. It's Almost There from Princess and the Frog, and I just love it. Because it embodies so much that I feel in the last couple of months, even though I'm not almost there. Like there is no end in sight, but just the feeling of being like, yes, I'm getting somewhere. That's what the song embodies for me. Looking forward to seeing Spielberg's version of West Side Story. The trailer was out yesterday. It looks so good. I actually, there was like years ago, like must have been like 3 years ago or what. There were hangouts in my acting school in Hamburg for West Side Story from Steven Spielberg, and that you can audition, and I actually did, and I never got any response, obviously, because me 3 years ago. No, no, no. But yes, that's sorry. Speaking of Limerick, what do you think about the Little Nas X video? I love it. I love the TikToks that came out of it. Just no, going down a stripper pole, lap dancing for the devil. That's kind of like my new mantra. um, who are your biggest inspirations? Definitely my mom, and she's the biggest inspiration. And also acting wise, Viola Davis. I am completely and utterly, unapologetically in love with Viola Davis. And not in like I want to be with her in a relationship. I just want her to hold me and to tell me that it's all going to be okay. Because she is just the most incredible actress in this world. Like I know there have been like iconic women. I don't want to like be like, oh, she must be the best. Like no, there have been so many iconic actors, and I don't want to compare them. But for me personally, Viola Davis is just the embodiment of what acting is supposed to be and what being an actor means, and she is just incredible. I love her. I love her so much. Wish COVID would be over as soon as possible so we can come back to our lives, go to conventions and concerts. So, did you have any planned concerts before COVID happened? No, but I wanted to go to Trixie Mattel's tour, and that didn't work out. um, have you already settled into your new apartment? Yes, yes, I have. It was a little bit rough at first because I had to move out of my old apartment, but I was lucky to find another one because finding an apartment in Berlin is not an option actually, but I was lucky. And at the beginning, my head was like, okay, this is great. We have an apartment. We have somewhere to live. We're not homeless. We don't have to go to back to Hamburg. We love this, living the life. And my heart was like, but we're still going to go back, right? We're still going to go back. And it took some time to adjust with the fact that I'm actually going to stay here. I actually have only visited my old apartment once because I had to get like the keys to the person who lives there now, and I dreaded it, and I left very, very quickly because I didn't want to get my heart broken again. Her acting in How to Get Away with Murder was so good and just perfect. Yeah, did you see Mama Rainey's Black Bottoms? The Netflix film with Chadwick Boseman and Viola Davis. It's out of this world. Out of this world. If you're bisexual and you live in an Arabic country, what you do? I don't know. I'm actually not that familiar with the laws or the situation of Arabic people, queer Arabic people, but I do hope that there are communities and just gatherings of people that actually give safe spaces to people that maybe do not have safe living situations, and so that you are all able to be your most authentic self and live a happy and hopefully lovely life. Trixie, is she your favorite drag queen? Mine is Alyssa Edwards. I think her and yeah, she's pretty much on top actually. Well, I've got again a new favorite because obviously, but also like not obviously because she also was just amazing. But Gottmik, you guys know, right? It's like how how do you think how do you think I'm gonna process Gottmik's existence and not love her? Like, how do you think that's gonna happen? So, yeah, her and Trixie Mattel are kind of like on the same level for me. Which queens were you rooting for season 13 and season 2 of UK? I was rooting for Gottmik. I was a little bit iffy on the beginning, but as soon as she kind of like came out of her shell and started to do her comedy and stuff like that, I just loved it. And the fashion was out of this world. And UK, it was for me Bimini and Lawrence. But in the end, I was a little bit more into Bimini. I think she really elevated her drag while the COVID break was happening in the UK season. So that's kind of where I was with my head. How you feel when you say bye to your hometown? It's funny. It's like every time my mother and my father or visit here, or every time I am leaving Hamburg, it still hurts a little bit. Mm, it's like this little feeling where I'm like, oh, but I know it's good and that they're not that far away. They're like 2 hours by train, 3 hours with the car, and I could always see them. So I don't really feel that bad as if I would live in another country, I think. Who would be your dream to work with? Definitely Viola Davis. If she would like play my mother or something, like I would just cry the whole time out of happiness. Um, Yes, directing Greta Herwig. I would love that. Lara, I love you. Um, I would love to work with her. Ryan Reynolds. I love him as a comedic actor, but also like just as a producer and creator. Um, I would love to like maybe do something with Ryan Murphy. I love Pose. I love the energy he gives off in his shows. I think he also directed Glee, and I think there's like the music part is just something that I would love to tap into more. Um, yeah, that's like the people that come to mind. What's your favorite place in Hamburg and Berlin? In Hamburg, it will probably be the Alster, like Jungfernstieg, where you can just like sit and look at the Alster. It's like a body of water in the center of the city. Just sitting there, it's very very beautiful, and there are a lot of boats and stuff like that. So yeah, I would love that. Post season 3 is coming. Are you excited? Do you have any expectations? Eiffel German, yes. Um, I don't have any expectations. I'm just very excited. I'm very excited for no, what's his name? uh, well, I'm not Billy. No, Bill. No. Oh my god, my name problems. Hello. I'm not getting to the name right now, but I'm very excited for Angel. I love her actress, and I really like to see more of the character. And yes, the other name I'm not getting to right now. So Billy Porter, thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I would love to see more of Billy Porter's character. What book would you become? Want you become a movie that you could act in, and which character would you want to play? Ooh, that's a good question. Unfortunately, I'm not reading that many books at the moment, but let me just think. um, um, if they ever would like film this 3.5 Twilight movie, like the book that kind of like is out of the perspective of um the guys that are getting turned for the third movie of Twilight, I would love to be like a character there. That would be so fun. mm, what's your routine of hair? I shower and then it dries. I really don't do anything else with it. But yeah, I need a haircut, but I'm filming in like a month and I'm kind of like hoping that I can just, just let it grow until then. Because when I'm on set, they have to cut my hair. If you don't remember the name, is okay. Most of us have problems with names when there are so many characters in series. Yeah, but also like in this industry, you meet a lot of people. Not Billy Porter, of course, but you know what I mean. And it's expected of you to know the names, and it's just very hard for me. Like I can remember a lot of stuff. I can remember if someone tells me they are gonna go to another city on the weekend and I see them again, I can ask them, "Oh, how was your trip?" But don't ask me what's the name is. Like I don't know. Have you even considered getting braids? I honestly I always I grew up in a very German household because my mom grew up German and I grew up German and my dad grew up German. So for me like something like braids that are like black culture or like part of black culture, I guess, is something that never came to mind. Like I never understood that I am indeed partially black. Like I never did that. So it's very interesting or weird or a lot at the moment for me to finally understand that that is a part of me and that I actually, have an opportunity to understand the culture that lives partly in me and what that means for me in my cultural journey or with myself. I know you just asked if I want to get braids, but that's kind of like what an association it made up in my head. So I hope that makes sense for you as well. But yeah, for me, it would have been like cultural appropriation, I guess. But I am partly black, so I should be allowed to get braids. But yeah, I would love to do more hairstyles, but honestly, as an actor, you kind of have to be like a clean slate, and I do get audition a lot for Turkish characters or Arabic characters, and braids are maybe not the right hairstyle that they want for the character, so I kind of like stay neutral with this. But I would just love to have a character where I can like, I don't know, cut it all off, dye it all, whatever. Just a character that has so many filming days that it actually for me makes sense. um, I'm excited to get on set. Yeah, I mean, I've been actually already filming more this year than I have last year, which is a good thing. I don't want to, say it was only because of COVID. I think it was also because I kind of shifted my focus a bit. I was um, in a different agency, not meaning that they are the reason, but just knowing that we have a different concept for what I'm going to do with my career now. And I was also writing last year. I was writing for Druk, and I was also voice acting last year. So I was doing a lot of stuff that didn't really have give me the space to do a lot of acting, which was fine because now I have like a basis for all these other professions or all these other fields that I'm also interested in. So that's really great. I'm very grateful for that. Um, but yeah, I think this year I'm focusing more on acting than I have last year, and I'm definitely very excited about that. Was war bis jetzt eine Lieblingsrolle? Ich glaube David schon, weil David, when you ask me about my favorite character, David is just the person that comes to mind first because it's like the biggest role I've played, I think. Um, I haven't really had the opportunity to play a big main character after David, so he's definitely like the one that I think is like on my top tier list. If you're talking about favorite characters, but I've played a new character this year that has been very fun to play. I don't think you guys are gonna like him very much. He's not that kind of guy, but he's was really fun to play, and I got to actually do some stunt work, which was super exciting. So you guys can look forward to that probably next year. Um, and I'm actually filming a new project next year that I already know that I get the part of, and that is actually going to be more of a main character. So that is going to be very, very interesting to see how you guys respond to that. Would you consider doing another karaoke live? I really like the one you did with your friend Andrea. Yeah, definitely. I was thinking if we're going to do, let me just go into the light. I was thinking about doing one today, but I don't know. I felt like we haven't really talked in a long time, so I thought maybe just talking and reconnecting after 2 months was a better idea than to go into singing right away. But we can definitely see where the night is going. There's this story app I have, and the story in this called Region Passion. I feel like you'd prefer playing Galen if you ever came up. Interesting. Your fluent English developed a lot, Lucas. Congrats. Thank you. I think it's because I speak more at the moment. How old you started acting? Well, I was in my first acting agency and acting classes when I was 9 years old, but I actually wasn't really that successful. I guess I'm glad about it, obviously nowadays, because I would have not wanted to be successful as a child actor and then kind of start over as the person that I am today. So yeah, I'm glad that I wasn't that successful, but that's kind of where I started. You don't consider yourself black. Um, yeah, that's an interesting thing. It's a discussion that I had, or a thing that I'm still in the process of at the moment. I grew up so German socialized and so white socialized. I didn't even know that I wasn't white when I was a child. Obviously, I knew my mother isn't white. I'm not white. I'm also not white passing. But it just was never a thought. It was never a concept that was explained to me or a reality that, you know, someone made me understand. So now I have a lot of catching up to do. And part of that is, seeing if I feel comfortable with saying that I'm black, because I do feel like I would have to have another connection to my cultural identity to actually say that I'm black or claim that I'm black, because in my head it has like a lot of um, things you have to check the boxes of. Like you have to have a black family, or you have to not you have to have a black parent, which I do. You have to know that you're black since you were a child. You have to live with that reality, and I just didn't. And that was partially because I was ignorant to the fact, because nobody really taught me or explained it to me. Which is nobody's fault. Like, not my mother is not anyone's. She didn't have anyone to tell her or to explain it to her. So it was kind of like, yeah, I'm very in the process of that. That's why when I talked about it previously, I was like, I am partially black, because I still feel like I've not earned or don't have the right to say that I'm black. But yeah, I think, I feel like that's what a lot of mixed kids get through. Yeah, I think so. And I'm starting that journey for me at the moment. So it's kind of like still in the making. But I feel like there are a lot of mixed people that identify as black or say that they're black, which is obviously valid. But yeah, I just didn't really get to that point yet. Would you be able to share a bit of the backstory you created for David now, or is that still verboten because of Dirk rules or restrictions? I wouldn't say it's like verboten or not allowed, but for me, I kind of like, I kind of like decided that I wanted to leave the mystery and leave the part of interpretation, because at the end of the day, I feel like so many people saw so many things in David and could identify themselves with him so well, not because he was such an unexplained character, but there are parts that were so explicit about him that he talked about that you could just understand that he really opened up about, and there were some parts that just didn't. And I feel like those left room for, being yourself or finding yourself in that. So I really want to leave those spaces open. And maybe one day, I don't know, there's gonna be a I don't know, Q&A, whatever, where I decide or a writer decides, let's talk about it. But honestly, that's also one of the reasons why I don't want to put anything out here in a like live stream, because I'm not the writer. I didn't create David. I played him and I made, you know, played a part in creating him, but I definitely did not, have the authority, or do still not have the authority to say like this is what happens and this is whatever, because a lot of just it was a lot of talk. It was a lot of what the director and I talked about, or the writers and I talked about, but it was never in the books. It was never like a letter where it stood clear. So I really don't want to take that into my hands and say this is how it happened. When do we get the David cameo? I don't know. I don't know what David is doing at the moment. I don't know where the characters could meet him, where it makes sense. um, do you have tattoos? No, I do not. I do not have tattoos. I always feel like getting tattoos as an actor is like a thing you can do, but at the same time, I encourage my friends who are also actors who want to get tattoos to do it, because it's their life and they only live it once. But at the same time, I'm like, but you can't do it. But yeah, maybe I'm gonna get tattoos one day, maybe. Asking someone's sexuality orientation in such a public situation. I think you don't have to have bad intentions, but it's not that good. Someone could be shy about it. Mila just ended this chat farting. Let's get tattoos together. Oh my god, Lara. Don't put me on the spot. Yeah, I thank you for trying to, look out for me, Mono, but I think it's just I'm become used to it. So it's okay. But thank you so much. Every writer got a cameo, but you though. Yeah. Because I already had a big cameo playing one of the main characters in season 3. It would have been very weird for me to be like a teacher. Mila is in the chat. Give some love to her. Mila, I was talking about the amazing vlogs you did from us in Paris and Rome. If people wanted to have some nostalgia feeling, so you can definitely go on her Instagram and find her YouTube channel if you wanna. It smells like fangirl to me. Lukas, I just tattooed a part of David's audio message to Matteo on season 3. Really? Oh my god, that's crazy. I hope you like it. I hope it's what you imagined. What part? What audio message? Like the one before the Klausur, before the exam, or what part? She played Sarah in Joke and is friends with Lukas. Yes, she is. Oh, those vlogs were a comedic genius. Yes. I recently rediscovered the Lukas Comedic Genius site. There's like a website that some fans made, and I love it. It's it's the kind of running gags or jokes that I'm gonna look back on and be just like, this was my life. Like, you guys were a part of my life. This is just crazy. If fate was on our side, I would have taken you with me. Aww, that's so sweet. I love that. I hope it makes you happy. It brings you a smile to your face. Bianca, I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. I'm very uneducated. I only speak English and German. How old are you, Lucas? I'm 20. I am turning 21 in August this year. How many languages can you speak? 2. As I said, very uneducated. Did you speak another language besides German and English? Well, I learned Latin in school, but I was very bad at it. I thought I would be good at it because I was really bad at English when I was in school. So I thought, speaking language is not really my thing, but Latin, you just have to translate it because nobody really speaks it. And then I found out that I learned languages through hearing people speak languages. That is how I learned English. And then I had Latin, and yeah, I was kind of like, done. I have a virtual school event to host in a few hours and I haven't slept. I'm genuinely sorry. I have to leave for now. Surely be watching. Sending warm hugs back, and crossing my fingers for your presentation. I hope it goes well. So were you able to drink in the US? Not that we can visit right now. Yeah. But yeah, my dad really wants to go to America with me, which is super sweet. Like, I would love to do it, but it's this acting job that's still holding me back. I'm like, but what if the role of my life comes and then I'm not there? It's like super stupid. Me, a dumb American watching this. Damn, I only speak one language. 2 is really good. Yeah, well, I mean, you already know English better than me, obviously, which is one of the world's biggest languages, I think. So German really can't come that far with it. Only is spoken in Germany, Switzerland, and Österreich. I wasn't allowed a prom because of COVID, but you know what? I'm not mad. I'm better watching these lives. Yeah, I didn't go to my prom because I very shortly before I would have been finished with school, I stopped going because I got the part in drug. So, you and me both. COVID, and for me it was drug. I don't know if it's the same thing, but maybe it gives you some comfort. You can try Spanish. Yeah, maybe I can try Spanish. I only know one sentence in Spanish. Well, Just like no me moleste. Because my mother taught me that because she was in Spain when she was younger. You're 20 years old. Yes, I'm turning 21 this summer. My class is over. Now I can see the light. Hello, welcome back. Your smile looks brighter. Did you do whitening treatment? No. Oh my god. Does it? That means I'm brushing my teeth good. You just wanted to compliment me. That was a good compliment though. I like that. Thank you. You could try Portuguese. I don't know. I don't know any Portuguese. It's the same thing, kind of. It's if me doing acting in college is any indication. Of course. Dann hast du keinen Abschluss gemacht. Ich habe ein Fachabitur gemacht, aber kein Abitur, weil ich die Druckrolle bekommen habe und da wurde in Berlin gedreht und ich komme aus Hamburg und dann bin ich nach Berlin gegangen für den Dreh. What the fuck, Leona and Mila, what the hell are you guys doing? David's bird on your asses, really? Can't you have this conversation in Discord or something? Okay, I don't know what you guys are doing, but I guess you got to have a great prom on set. Yes, I did get that. But one thing I did not get, which I would have loved to do, it was actually in our season, but my character didn't participate, was like this dressing up as different people for a week. I would have loved to do that, but unfortunately, it was like a part of my character not dressing up. But I would love to do that. I was looking for that for so long, and yeah, I never got to do it, but maybe in another characters. Do you have any acting tips? Oh my god. I am also still at the beginning. I mean, I'm one of those actors that has not yet been to an acting school. I've been taking acting lessons for a while, since I was 9 years old, but I've not been to an acting school, so I think I'm not the most qualified person to give acting advice. But one thing I just try to do more when I'm on set is just, when you're on set, I personally am just so excited to be there. I'm like, this is the greatest thing ever. I love being on set. I love having the people there. I love knowing that I'm gonna work. I just love being there. So I'm very hyped, and I just want to talk to everyone, and I just want to be, want to be with everybody and have like a conversation with everybody. But I just understood that for me personally, I just have to stop and just breathe and say less. Do what Ellen Burr says. Talk less, smile more. Just be relaxed and try to take everything in, because the people are going to come to you if you're just quiet, if you're not pushing yourself on other people, even though it's not like that everyone is going to hate that people are going to appreciate that you are coming to them, but they're also going to come to you, or you're going to come to each other if you're just quiet and if you just kind of like take your time. So it's definitely like a tip that I try to do. Do you study in college? If yes, what's your major? No, I actually don't. I've been working full time since 2019. Since I stopped going to school and did drug, I have been working, which doesn't mean that I've been filming every day. It just means that I have been able to provide for myself from project to project, which I'm very grateful for, which is not, a normal thing. And I'm definitely, kind of risky, I guess, for focusing only on this part of the industry. But I didn't want to say this part on this industry, but I am not focusing only on one part. I'm not doing acting only. I'm also, doing writing and maybe directing. I mean, I directed some stuff, but I want to do more. And that's kind of like how I feel I am being stable, or I'm trying to be stable with my life and not put everything on one card. Also, starting to be a voice actor is also one of the things I'm doing, trying to provide for myself. Would you rather eat sushi for the rest of your life or never eat sushi again? Would rather eat sushi for the rest of my life, obviously. I was actually thinking about ordering sushi. Leona, nobody respects your opinion. um, was it weird for you the first few times you saw and heard yourself in film or TV show? Yes, definitely. I remember having our season three party when we were done filming, and we watched the first episode. And for me, it did not feel like a drug episode. I watched the first season, so kind of knew what was going on, and then I watched the second season while we were filming the third season. And just seeing this first episode of season three, it just felt like I did an own project with students. Like we did a student movie, casting all the drug cast and me. It did not feel like a drug episode. And I remember that feeling very distinctively, and I was just like, ooh. And obviously, my acting was different in the first episodes or even in the whole drug season than it is now. It's one thing that I didn't really think about previously, but I was talking to a casting director when I was at a casting a few weeks back, and she was like, "Oh, I look forward to seeing how much you improved, since the last time I saw you, and she saw me like beginning 2020, and I, for some reason, did not consider the fact that I actually improve or am improving my acting as time goes on, which obviously makes sense. But for me, improving always was connected, maybe because of school, was always connected to going to a lesson or having a teacher, not just time passing and you becoming more comfortable. Obviously, experience helps you with progressing natural talent into something that you can actually work with, or something that's more like a tool and something you're more familiar with. But just as thought process or even like saying it out loud that I'm actually improving was such a weird experience. It's something that I haven't had done yet, which was so weird, but it definitely helped me to see like, oh, okay, I'm improving and I can still improve, and hopefully I will still improve, because if I stop improving, then I'm not going to be successful. Your Aaron Evan character was so different from the other remakes, more vulnerable. Was it the plan to portray David this way, so different from the other Evans? Yes, definitely. I think because David's struggle was not bipolar disorder, but being transgender, and it not being a topic that was going to be revealed from him episode 8, before episode 8. It really made for a character that was way less. Mm, how do you say? I feel like the Evan character. I don't want to speak for every remake because I did not watch every remake. The Evan character was always very the person pursuing the Isaac character, and for David's case, he didn't want it. He didn't want a relationship. But this sweet guy Mateo just came into his life and tried with him over and over again until he just couldn't resist anymore, and he couldn't get away. And then he passed the moment where he could actually say what was holding him back. And that's kind of the struggle that he had to live with, and the fear that he was living with the whole time their relationship progressed and it became more serious. So it was definitely a different character, and I'm very glad that I got the opportunity to play that character and show the different side, because I feel like the love story as a general structure still worked, but it just had such a different dynamic, which I feel like a lot of people resonated with. So I was very, very grateful to have the opportunity to play that different kind of Evan, if you want to say so. Did you take the nose piecing out? Oh, I lost it. I lost it. But I'm gonna get a new one. um, okay, guys, I'm catching up. Do you live in Berlin? Yes, I moved to Berlin last year in August. Is it bad that I've never had sushi? Yes, it is bad. But I accept you, and we will get through this. Um, I remember when I went to watch Stroke and I had already watched Scam and Scam Friends, so I thought I already know the story. This time I'm not gonna cry. Yes, I cried. Yes, I mean we did it differently. Lara, I know you're my best friend, and saying that you hate sushi is something that I will accept, but only under the condition that, you know what, you're gonna apologize next time you see me for that. I love that Davi was able to tell Matteo first, rather than Matteo finding out through the school. Yes, that was actually like something that was um, develop while the writers got to know me. They understood that I didn't want that to happen, and I'm so happy with the outing from David to Matteo. I love that we have that scene. I love that we have that representation. I love that we have that sentence that people seem to love, and I'm obviously very grateful to have come up with while on the train ride. um, so yes, I am also very, very in love with that scene. I remember first watching the joke and my thoughts were all in German after that. I don't speak German, or whether it just sounded German. I could have been completely nonsense. I don't know. I actually have a similar thing when I watch anime, and I just have these moments where I'm like in my head, like all on Japanese, but obviously I don't speak Japanese, so yeah. Is Michelangelo like Matteo? Is he always seems so chill and careless about the world? I guess I think we all like all of the cast have like similarities with our characters, but also we have our differences. So yeah, I think there are definitely some lines that they overcross. Ging es dir auch so wie David? I don't know which part you mean. Ich weiß nicht genau, welchen Teil du meinst. But I think there are some similarity with me and David. Ich glaube, gibt es so manche Gemeinsamkeiten mit mir und David. But I think we are different in the way of when I played him. Als ich ihn gespielt habe, glaube ich, ist einfach unsere Differenz, dass ich schon weiter war als er. Also er ist sozusagen eine 3 Jahre jüngere Version von mir mit einer anderen Backstory. He's like a 3 years younger version of me with a different backstory, kind of, if you know what I mean. Wow, Lara and Leona, this is just a pairing that I cannot support. Was only going to watch Run remake, but then came Jerk season 3 and I was sold. While we were already on the topic of Jerk, do you remember who came up with the "Willst du mich verarschen" when Matteo found David? Because that was so distinctly German. It works so well. I think it was Michelangelo himself. I think I don't recall it being in the script, but I think it was just like something that came out of an impulse for him, and I feel like it makes a lot of sense. I don't want to lie, I'm not 100% sure. I would have to look at the scripts. I'm looking over there because I actually have some scripts from the Dirk season 3 because I wanted to keep them for nostalgia. I have them laying over there, so that's why I'm looking over there. But I don't want to, pull them out right now. But I think it's something that Michelangelo came up with. Lukas, you are so cute. I'm crying. Thank you very much. Oh. Ging es dir so wie David bei deinem Outing? Nein. Ich habe nie es so weit kommen lassen, dass jemand, den ich so gerne mochte oder in dem ich eine Art beziehungsähnlichen Geschichte war, noch nicht wusste, dass ich trans bin. Das habe ich nie so weit kommen lassen. Und auch in der Schule habe ich mich selber geoutet. Have you ever been to Sweden? No, but I think Mila will kidnap me one day, take me in a suitcase and bring me there. One of my favorite scenes is when David goes to visit Matteo and the boys are there. The whole interaction is so funny, including Matteo falling asleep on top of David. Yes, they are very cute. A friend of mine recently just sent me a TikTok where it was less like, forget Romeo and Juliet, I want a relationship like this, and then it was just David and Matteo photos, and I was like, yes. Thank you for answering that. It's been on my mind since the clip came out. No joke. Oh, no problem. While we were on the topic of joke, can we assume that Matteo walked David into his place after they parked there? Because how else did he know where David lives? I like the headcanon that Matteo is just a weird stalker and he installed a GPS on David's phone. So that's the headcanon I'm gonna go with. Damn, you're still alive. Yes, you know me. When I start a live, I'm gonna do this for 3 hours. No, but maybe this is a sign of the universe that I should stop. Maybe you just wanted to let me know, Elva, that you're like, damn guy, get a live, stop going live on Instagram and leave. Because if you want that to be the message with that message, then I can leave. Your scene with Mateo over Blackpink's How You Like That is therapy. Some people call it therapy, some people call it making out. I'm open to everything. Druk was the first serious movie I watched that was in German. I remember that in the scene David screams. I don't know why, but I found the German a beautiful language to be shouted. It is a very strong language, but it also can be very soft. So I think it's with every language. It's just how familiar we are to hearing it. But definitely, screaming in German is great. Checking David's location on his phone. Yes, I'm just gonna put that into your guys' heads if you want it or not. Just coming up with like mischievous things. Did you get to spend time with Hendrik and Masang during your High on Scam convention? Yes, I did. They are very, very nice people. Actually, when I was in Milan when I was the only guy from Druk there, and the whole Scam Friends cast, I just remember when I came back to Germany, and my English had kind of this French accent because I was like, around these guys and they were like talking English to me because they wanted me to understand, which was like super sweet of them. But I had this French accent. It was super weird. The kisses scene you make out, or it was just technical? The kisses scenes you make out, or is it just technical? Do you mean like how we kiss? Because honestly, I don't remember. I don't know. I just remember that one time the director was like, "Okay, guys, now you have to like really kiss." So that's what we did. Which basement scenes, Bill? Basement scenes? You mean like the ones where we like smoke weed at in the first episode? All the fanfic writers practically writing down your headcanons. Oh my god. Like a creepy stalker fanfiction. I don't know, I don't read fanfictions, but I'm sure that there's one out there. Your English accent is beautiful, thank you. That's so sweet. Also, Mama. Oh my god, what time is it? What time is it? Showtime. Oh my god, it's already so late. Guys. What do you think? Never read fanfictions. Yes, I will not do that. What do you guys think? Favorite anime? Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. I think this is a good place to end it all. It was super nice talking to you guys. I hope we had a good talk, a good conversation. Very glad to catch up with you guys again. Let's do a karaoke, you know what, stream sooner rather than later. I was wondering what you guys used to look like. You're smoking weed. We were like smoking some kind of like herbs or something. So thank you guys so much. I hope you all have a good night or a great day or whatever time it is, wherever you are. Thank you for being here. Thank you for having a good time. I'm gonna save the live. Gonna leave it up for 24 hours. And yes, look forward to seeing you all sooner rather than later. Hopefully, maybe some conventions at the end of the year. Let's hope. And yes, have a good day. Thank you guys. Bye.